Hello everyone, my name is Agent Paul of Mobile Task Force Delta 7, codename Bookkeepers, and welcome back to another SCP document review. And the SCP we will be reviewing today is SCP-8848, Object Class, Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-8848 is to be kept in entirety within a standard storage unit for low-risk anomalous items, with additional measures for electromagnetic shielding. Replicating of SCP-8848 must be under the approval of the researcher team, with at least one personnel involved with Level 4/8848 clearance or above. All replicas and resultant productions be explicitly documented and abide by the same confidentiality terms with SCP-8848. Description: SCP-8848 is a pair of induction coils, interchangeably designated -A and -B, that are identical in shape, weight, and other physical properties, rendering them isotropic and unable to distinguish when exchanging with the other. -A and -B both function normally and exhibit qualities similar to common electromagnets and induction coils, which can electrify other charged bodies by inducing electromotive force in their circuits within their fields of magnetic influence. However, the mutual induction between -A and -B perpetuates when their distance drew farther, and seems to last irrelevant to the actual distance. The intertwinement also cannot be disrupted by common means of electromagnetic screening or other blockages, such as metal containers and webs. The induction between -A and -B works timelessly and instantaneously, which means, unlike common coils and transformers, the current and voltage in -A and -B unconditionally run in sync, rendering them transcending the principle of locality, a property that physical interactions only take effect within a local adjacent scope. Experiment logs. Approaches. -A was transported to Site CN-34, 126 kilometers in direct distance across the Earth from -B, then put into a reinforced containment unit with a lining of telepathic shielding alloy. After testing requirements were coordinated, a versatile weak current generator was applied to -A. A multimeter was connected to -B. Outcomes: either on direct currents or intermittent alternating currents, SCP-8848 worked as well as nothing to do with shielding methods. -A was later sent back to be recontained with its counterpart. Approaches. During an outer space expedition, it was requested that -B be taken to at least outside the Kármán line, usually known as the highest border of the Earth's atmosphere, at around 100 kilometers above the ground. Outcomes: the spaceship went beyond the moon after 7 days. A radio modulator used to generate electric currents by audio input was connected to -B, and the expedition team spoke to the ground control via this. The conversation is transcribed below, with impertinent information removed. Here it is. You can just leave alone the wave filter. We don't need it for now. Command, can you hear us? Yes, we can hear you. The voice is clear. What about the signal fidelity, as compared to the normal channel? One moment. It was pretty fine. The voice is somehow clearer coming from the coil. Can you confirm the time-lapse? We are speaking from 2 different channels, right? 1 second. It's 1 second faster than from the coil. Oh my gosh! Do you know what does this mean, Harrison? It is likely exceeding the speed of light. You don't know what this means, Arvin. We've got that. Likely this will persist even later on your way. Congrats. Approaches. A copy of SCP-8848 was generated by SCP-038. The 4 coil instances were then cross-tested in all 6 combinations. Outcomes: the 2 new coils did not respond either to the original -A or -B. but instead reacted between themselves and inherited the property intact. This phenomenon was noticed, and afterward all replications of SCP-8848 are to be tagged respectively in pairs, to avoid confusion. Approaches. One duplication of SCP-8848 was disassembled and reverted to copper wire, then remolded and weaved as a thin standard conductor to be tested. Outcomes. The twisted wires show their property of extended mutual induction as formerly. It was then hypothesized that the anomalous characteristics of SCP-8848 probably originated from its raw material, which is chemically indistinct from common copper, but seemingly bears unknown qualities. Approaches. A project aiming at utilizing SCP-8848 was initiated based on previous experiments, which offered concrete evidence for facilitating the material itself. Pairs of integral digital chips were manufactured using the material, with expectations of developing a distance-proof high-resolution electronic communication technology. Outcomes. 2 massive integrated circuits could synchronize their status if only corded respectively by intertwined SCP-8848 instances, while the continuity of wires is preserved. And here we have a piece of documentation that is Level 4 8848 clearance only. Proposal for Project Telekinetics. Project Telekinetics is developed based on SCP-8848, a pair of electromagnetic coils that are identical in shape and functionality. They have the interchangeability to duplicate electronic signals within a single narrative 3-dimensional universe, i.e., our baseline reality, while bearing no downsides of time-lapse or distancing attenuation. Project Telekinetics, abbreviated TECHI, is to introduce a new technology to build an efficient brain-to-body interface. Preliminary steps will include an authorized Foundation personnel will serve as Side A, an artificially produced, co-genetically brainless, yet the body and automatic nervous system still function normally, humanoid or a human-like robot that is capable of interpreting and performing actions based on human neural signals will serve as Side B. A neuroelectronic chip will be implanted and attached to the spinal cord of Side A to read the neural impulse originated from the subject's free will. Another chip will be installed to receive the signal from Side A and direct the action to Side B, controlling it to perform the action. The connection will then automatically be established by SCP-8848 to enable Side A to control the body motion and simultaneously get sensational feedback from it. After the connection is established, Side A will be put into a deep hibernation vegetative state, temporarily disconnecting from their own body's motion and senses. Therefore, an exterior life-supporting system may be necessary for this practice. The potentials of Project Telekinesis include rejuvenate, revitalize body disabilities, and alleviate sufferings from diseases. Expedition, ensure the utmost safety of personnel exploring anomalies, groups of interest, and other uncategorized places, space-time, and objects. Research. Potentiate deep-going research into the modus operandi of human physiology and the relationship between mind and body. Weaponize. Train Side B subjects as armed forces to be deployed in military and violent actions to protect Foundation employees from being injured in physical combat. As concerned about the value of SCP-8848 and worries about the disclosure of relevant technologies, this potential scenario is currently not considered for application until its efficiency and security can be well guaranteed. And that is it. Quite a peculiar but fairly interesting SCP. Definitely has potential uses. Thank you all so much for listening or watching. My name is Agent Paul of MTF Delta 7, and I will see you next week with another document review. Bye.